Hi everyone and welcome back to the Clwb Iron podcast. This is episode 13 and today we are going to be talking about some of the worst criminals in civil history, and they are fake natties. Now then, what is a fake natty? A fake natty is someone who is on performance enhancing drugs, whether it be anabolic steroids or SARMs or growth hormone or anything else, but then claims that they are completely natural. This could be someone like Mr. Alex Knott, who I'm joined by today. But yeah, obviously fake natties, I think, are a bad thing for a number of reasons, which we'll get to eventually. But first, Alex, I want to know what is your opinion on a fake natural.
You always do this. Every time we do an episode, you throw it at me straight away for
I know.
me to answer. So I have to do the hard work, and then you can just say, oh, yeah, I agree. Why disagree?
Oh,
it's easy to agree or disagree when I've laid the foundation.
You go first then.
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, so fake naturals. Now, this is quite a personal bother of mine, a fake natural. Not only because someone is lying to their followers, and you normally see this with influencers. There are, well, I don't know, you can't really say they're confirmed examples because you don't know whether they are natural, but there are some suspected examples of this. I'm not going to name them just for the sake of, I don't really want. Yeah, Alex Knott is number one phrase, you know who you are. But they are clearly not natural due to their insane physique. This isn't a criticism of them, it's just they are what's known as big, natural, and shredded. You can't be all three. You can be somewhat of all three, but you can't be absolute all three. So they obviously create unrealistic sort of standards for the fitness community. And I think that it sort of demoralizes people because they see these people on drugs and they're like, oh, why can't I look like him? But then they get disheartened by their own progress because they're not seeing such a progress with these athletes. There's a lot of examples of these. They're rife these days. You see on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
The thing is, though, I personally don't think I could really tell somebody's on steroids or not.
You think?
Because people are always quick to judge someone and say, oh yeah, I reckon he's on steroids. Oh yeah, but he's fake. Or but he's not natural. Do you know how many times a week I hear someone say, oh, he's not natural, just to make themselves feel better? Honestly, like, I go the other way. I'm like, oh yeah, but he's probably natural, even if I don't think he is, unless they look like, Ronnie Coleman used to. Then okay, maybe they've taken a couple of scoops of pre-workout in their time.
It's creatine as well. Don't care about that.
I just think it shouldn't really bother you. Just don't think about it. Obviously, the reason we're doing this podcast episode is because people do think about it. And the fact that people do think about it means that it's changing the way that people view a goal physique. So they could say, I want to look like this and I just need to train hard. Well, no, you probably need to inject yourself full of shit as well. And I still don't know what an enhanced physique really looks like. I could tell you, in extreme cases, what an enhanced physique looks like.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of people saying, yeah, but I reckon he's on steroids. And I'm like, there is absolutely no evidence, in my opinion, visually, to suggest that this man has taken performance-enhancing drugs. And my first thing is, I know this kind of like almost concludes this whole episode to begin with, but I don't really care. Because if I let it affect me, it means that I have some sort of insecurity, and I'm hoping almost that there are people who are on steroids. So at least then that I can say, oh, the only reason they're in better shape than me is because they're pumping themselves full of drugs. Well,
yeah.
then,
Obviously, you don't care, but there are going to be people that will care.
I don't care, but I do at the same time. Obviously there's, I want to know whether that person has achieved something through hard work, because I'm a nosy bastard. I don't want to just leave people do their own thing. I want to know how you've got to where you've got, because if there's something I can do, but if somebody, and this is the big problem, if somebody's saying, if, like, for example, if I ask someone, how did you get in shape, and they lied about taking steroids and said, it's with this protein, or
I'm glad you said this.
These supplements, and then all of a sudden we find out that they're pumping themselves full of steroids. Well, then obviously it's not just that. So they're literally saying stuff is going to get you massive. And I think, you know, I'm going through a lot of different reasons here, and I want to pause there, but it's almost like people think they can get to a certain point a certain way because somebody's told them that that's how they did it. But if they're taking steroids, then obviously that's not how they did it. So it's completely false, and people are expecting results that they're not going to get, and it's not great. It's not good. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's my sort of standpoint on it. It's more the financial side. I don't like. It doesn't sit well with me that people will accredit their success to like Herbalife, and then, or like a brand, or like a certain product. Like, you know, people push like BCAAs. And like, do you know, like they're like shredded, like sort of bodybuilding material, and they're like, oh, that people are like, oh, how did you get so massive? And they're like, well, you know, I took this BCAA, I took this creatine, I took this EAA from this certain company. Oh yeah, by the way, use code da 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 for 15% off. And then they're sort of playing people into a false sense of reality. Then that if they take these creatines, BCAAs, proteins, EAAs, that they're going to get massive.
Well, not many of these people actually take them themselves, because if you think about it, you know. This is one of the reasons why I think people lie about taking steroids. Because if they give the impression that they have got to this absolutely immense shred of physique naturally, then that is a massive commission for them from the products that they are claiming that got them there. So they're saying, oh, I got here by taking this pre-workout or this pump product or this creatine, this protein, these supplements, this and that, whatever. And if they're like, oh shit, this guy's in mental shit, I need to buy this stuff. And then obviously they know it's just a financial thing. So they lie about their steroid use because by claiming natural with a clearly enhanced physique, they can make a lot of money on commission selling supplements for companies. That's probably the reason why people do it. I wonder if you find somebody who's a fake natty who isn't selling a product.
Yeah, but then you've also got on the other side of that, you've also got the people who want the shortcuts to these gains, because if you know
the ego.
Yeah, it's like the ego, because I feel like a financial incentive is a large part of why these people do what they do. They either have like an app for they're trying to promote, they have a workout plan they're trying to promote, they're trying to sell you programs for their workout plan. You know, I'll do this workout and you'll look like this. No, you won't. You're still going to look relatively similar with minor gains. You just haven't taken the extracurricular stuff that I've taken. Now, I just want to say that I'm not against the use of steroids. I wouldn't personally use them myself. But I wouldn't use them myself. However, I'm not against them. You know, people are like anti-steroids. I think it's your personal choice. But in my opinion, I think if you do use steroids, you should be open about it. Now, I do understand that some people contractually can't say that if they're on steroids, they're like actors, you know, like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Martin Ford, for example, who cannot say that they are on steroids. But I think the large sort of consensus is that people know they're not natural. I'm not trying to discredit their physiques.
Then again, I don't think Dwayne Johnson is necessarily enhanced.
But you think Michael Hearn is natty as well?
Yeah. Well, do you know what? My views on that slightly changing. I do look at him now. But, you know...
Their hard work is incredible. Like, we're not taking that away from them. It's just a case of that they're trying to say that they're natural. This is the whole example now, not just those two people mentioned. I just think it sort of creates a very toxic culture, and I think that people who aren't so clued up to the world of fitness and training will get exploited by these people who don't really care about them.
But how will they be exploited?
Because they'll believe that it's that due to this product, like you said, they won't think about, oh, it's probably because of steroids as well. They'll just think, oh, I'll buy this because I look like him or her.
Well, I'll be honest, that's a very, very immature way. If you actually think that, you've got to sort it out.
Yeah.
Like, it's up to everyone individually. This is why I just don't pay attention, because I know you don't know who to trust these days.
Yeah,
you don't
100%.
know who's selling you a genuine product. And one of the main things for me is that when I see somebody selling me a product, they say, oh, I use this every day.
Do you?
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you use that every day? Is that the reason why you're in shape? I don't think you use that every day. I think you found the first company that'll give you a deal and say, sell this product for us, we'll give you some commission. I just don't pay attention to it anymore.
Yeah.
And I think if somebody's there thinking, oh, I need to drink that protein shake because that will make me huge, Well, I'm sorry, but that's a naive way to think, and you are then responsible for the consequences. But what I do think, if you want to flip it, is that if you're taking steroids, if you want to take steroids, you know, to echo what you said, go for it, do what you want. But when you take steroids, when you make the decision and you actually take it for the first time, you sign a contract with yourself, and you have
and your health.
It's not just that, but you have to acknowledge everything. So you have to take credit. You can take credit for all the gains you make, but you've also got to acknowledge the consequences. But a big part of it as well is you have a higher level of responsibility to not take advantage of other people, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think you should try and use that and hide that. You don't have to tell people whether you're on steroids or not. It's no one else's business.
No, I agree.
I don't think if somebody says that you're on steroids and you say no, I think that's fine. But if you're then trying to sell a product and say, well, this is actually what's
Yeah.
that is the problem.
Yeah.
But again, it's not there. Like, it's like a drug dealers. I'm not against drug dealers. I'm actually not. Sell all the crack you want. It's up to the person buying it. It's their fucking responsibility.
Yeah.
What they're doing to themselves. They are buying the drugs. The drug dealer's not saying, you take this or I'll shoot you in the head.
Yeah. But then the people are also buying a belief as well.
Yeah, but it's completely on them what they believe in. They have the free will to choose what they believe in. So if I was on steroids now, I'm clearly not, because I'm sure I'd have a lot less body fat than I do now. But if I was on steroids and I was telling everyone, look, Clwb Iron whey protein, this is exactly what's got me to where I am today.
That exists.
It will. But this is what I take every day, and this is the stuff that makes me grow. This is the best stuff on the market. This is what I've done. And if I've never tried it in my life, and I just pump myself full of, you know, all sorts of stuff, trend, test, all the big boys.
Basics.
Yeah. Then I just think that's completely. And if you are doing that, by the way, I think you are probably one of the lowest value humans that there are. Honestly, it's disgusting. Because you're literally taking away any real achievement. You haven't achieved anything if that's you. Because you want other people to think that you've achieved more than you have with less. You just think, you want people to think, oh yeah, I go in the gym, I train hard, and then I look like this. Yeah, so what? You want to make it look like you've done it in your stride. What you've done is you've taken steroids to get you to that place. So don't start telling people that, oh yeah, you just got to do this and that. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah, it might be straightforward when you're taking tren secretly, okay? Honestly, it infuriates me. The fact that people, they want this external validation from people.
That's an ego thing then as well.
It's an ego
Comes
thing,
back to it.
It's honestly pathetic. Like, grow up. Take steroids if you want to. You know, I almost every week reconsider my choice to be natural. I don't think I'll ever take steroids, but I'm not anti-steroids. In fact, I'm very for it if it's taken sensibly. And again,
you're very pro-hormone.
I'm very pro-hormone. You've got it, but again, you sign on the dotted line and you say, look, I'm going to take responsibility for the decision I make. It's not a half-hearted thing to do. It'll alter your hormones for the rest of your life. It'll alter your visual appearance for the rest of your life.
Your brain chemistry too.
Everything. You have got to be man enough to handle that. And that includes not lying to people and saying you're not on it, or not prescribing people a method of getting big when you're clearly advertising it falsely. You're saying this is what got me there when it's not. And I know I keep repeating myself, but that's it. That's it.
Right, end of chat. No, but
so thank you for listening, guys. See you next week.
No, but I think the thing is, though, I think steroids have become so normalized these days. I feel like everyone is sort of like glorifying it in a way. I'm not saying there's not a reason to glorify it, but people make it out as if it's this like sort of comedical thing. It's like, oh, just hop on, bro. Just hop on.
TikTok has done that. Do you know that meme where it's like when your mum texts you saying, oh, I've just found your creatine steroids, get home now.
Yeah.
And then there's a meme of someone running home before she finds my actual steroids.
Yeah.
It honestly seems like trendy.
Trendy.
Oh, fucking hell, he's full of it today. But it's not, I don't like that, because there are 15-year-olds or people that claim to be 15 on TikTok now.
Oh yeah, I've
That
seen
are in
those ones.
insane shape, and I'm looking at them. I'm like,
Nah, you ain't 15, bro.
you're either not 50. I just don't know what to think because I never in my life have I seen 15-year-olds look like that. It's crazy, and I just think people need to be careful. I think there's a level of responsibility that comes with taking steroids that I don't even know if I'm ready for.
Thing is, though,
I don't know if I can do
people sort of see the whole, like the actual physical side of taking steroids.
You see the benefits.
Do you know, like the stuff that's presented on social media, like the sick physique, being able to eat what you want and put on lean mass,
the strength.
The strength gains, but then they don't see the stuff behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Do you know all the side effects, like the anger issues, the like?
You don't see many people talking about it. I've only ever seen 1 or 2 videos of people actually showing themselves inject steroids.
Yeah, well, George Osborne has recently hopped on, and he's been very open about it. That's the thing. See, I appreciate people who are open about it because I think if you're open about it, it's such a respectable thing to do.
It's educating as well because it's look, you have gone above and beyond your responsibility.
Yeah,
you've become a leader in that field now because you understand that, right? You have access to knowledge. You have access to very powerful. You are taking a very powerful drug. And you have access to knowledge that can help other people be careful when they also make that decision. And I think that is a level of responsibility above and beyond of what is expected of you. And that's humility as well. So firstly, you're just saying straight out, right, I'm on steroids, there we are.
Yeah.
I said it.
If I was there, I wouldn't do it. But if I was to do it, I'd like to think that I would be open about it.
If we both started a cycle now, I'm sure we would do a whole episode on it. And we would talk in every detail. I would say every detail about how it makes me feel physically, what it does to me. I think I would because I would want other people to watch it and actually know what it's like. Yeah,
because you only see the bro, I lifted so much today sort of side of it.
This is the thing, see, I still to this day do not really know what it feels like to be on trend, apart from exactly what you think, which is amazing.
Yeah, I've spoke to a guy in a gym, and he said that he takes tren. He was telling me he takes like X amount a week or whatever, and he was telling me like it just feels like it's 9 o'clock in the evening now, and I want to go for a marathon run. It feels like you've got this like endless supply of energy where you can just go and go and go and go.
So, do you know how attractive that is? How badly I would. Do you know? Honestly, this is why it's so hard to like resist the temptation.
To join the dark side. Yeah.
I cannot tell you how badly I would love to have endless energy like that. I watched a video of somebody who said he wrote a 16-hour shift and he was just like...
Well, he was on gear?
Yeah. He said he took 1.5 grams of tren in a week, though, which apparently is a lot.
I don't know, but I'm assuming so.
I think that's a lot. I think that's like 3 times what you should be taking. And he said he was like rushing around his job and...
I wouldn't want that though.
No, I mean not like you're on
to that extreme
drugs. Yeah. Apart from the fact that you are, but it's like you have this energy, constant cognitive focus.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want constant focus, and apparently it's really good like that. It's really good like that.
Trend review coming soon.
Trend review, yeah.
No, but it just doesn't sit well with me when people aren't honest. I don't like dishonesty anyway. I think if you're a dishonest person, it sort of ruins your quality of person.
You're honestly a coward.
Yeah, and it's just, people do obviously for a number of reasons. You've got the financial gains from it. You think of how many sponsorships you can get if you look amazing. And then you've also got the ego side of it. But then that comes on the flip side as well, because some people have such a fragile ego. They want to look the best and be the best in a certain way. They can't handle the linear progression of just steadily going up. They just want the bang. They want that meteoric rise like that.
It pisses me off. There's so many people who just want it.
Instant gratification.
It's not instant gratification. They just don't want to do
hard work.
They just want something quick, and then they want to tell people that they worked hard for it.
Yeah.
So they want people to think they worked hard without actually working hard. Why would you want that? I would rather work hard and people think that I haven't done much work, and then when they give it a go, I'm like, yeah. Who's laughing now? Yeah, 100%. Now that you're actually giving it a go, it's not as easy as it looks, is it?
Thing is, I don't think some people are mentally prepared to do what needs to be done in order to reach the level of physique they would if you just hop on gear. Like, you think about it now, okay? So for an example of like a reverse fake natty, so someone who isn't on steroids, but a lot of people claim that they are, Jack Thorburn.
I was just thinking that.
Like,
unless he is.
Well, I don't think so.
Well, things are, but he could be, because in his toxic environment, he could be. Although I'm sure he gets tested a lot because
He does. Yeah, he does.
And I personally, I have no doubt that he's natural.
Yeah.
But he could be.
Yeah.
We just don't know sometimes because it's so hard to tell when somebody's on steroids. I think.
Yeah.
These days, because there's all sorts of different stuff you can take. Stuff that makes you look natural.
Mm.
Because this is the thing, people are getting smart now. They're trying to disguise it instead of
So they look just good enough.
just a little bit better than the natural guys, but not so much that they're like, you know, like they got bulging veins.
Yeah.
You know, that real
like paper skin.
Yeah, that real trend look. I don't even know if it's trend that does that. I don't know what the.
We just I think trend's like the trendiest sort of drug.
Yeah, it's just the go-to for me. Like I don't
it's like the most mainstream, I think. But like obviously there is other stuff.
You know, I'm not an expert on the science behind
No.
it. Like I haven't looked too much into it.
It would be interesting though to get a doctor on here to speak about
I'd love to.
the steroid side. I think that'd be good.
I'd love to do a cycle on air as well. Sorry, I don't know why I said that.
I was obsessed.
Yeah, Jack Thorburn. He is clearly an example of somebody who's just worked for what he's got.
Exactly.
And he's humble, and I think he's I've never met him, but I honestly, truly believe that he's just so dedicated to his sport, and his work shows.
Yeah.
And I think there are some people who are pissed off.
They're not like him.
So dedicated, and they know deep in themselves that they're not going to work as hard as these other people because they just don't want to. They want the
shortcut
effect of working hard, without actually working hard, and I think that's why people do it. And if you think of the source, one of them was financial, as you said, mental health, emotional instability, and insecurity.
Yeah, but wouldn't steroids just exaggerate that?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the reason why you would lie about it.
All right, because they want that pride and that sort of security.
Yes, kind of, because they want to feel validated.
Yeah.
They're depressed. They want somebody to say, you look fantastic, you know, and then people to say, do you know what, that's so impressive for a natural physique. And then them to think, ha, jokes.
Got you, yeah. It just doesn't sit well with me, see. I don't know what it is. It's just, maybe it's because I would like, it's like, say for example now, like if my mother just started going to the gym, I wouldn't want someone to con her out of money. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, buy my program.
Just your mother as a fake natty.
I mean, that's wild, but yeah. No, but I just
Martha, this is the key to success.
But you know, like people, everyday people, you know, like your father, your sister, your mother. If they went to the gym, imagine how disappointed you would be if they started buying like someone's product, thinking that, oh look, I'm going to be like this guy if I start taking this spirulina powder that they have. Do you know what I mean?
There's a lot of that in the middle class. I mean, middle-aged sort of community as well. The sort of health things, because as you get to that age, you want to sort your health out. I mean, look at Slimming World.
I'm sorry.
Hang on, but Slimming World has helped a lot of people. Some of the powders.
No, that's what I mean. Like they've got like
helped a lot of people, but it's only, I don't think the people who just buy all of the powders, because I see some thick people.
Well, look at all the meal replacement shakes you get in like Tesco.
Like, oh, you just need one of these.
One of these shakes a day. No, you don't.
Where's your actual food? And they're just drinking their whole meals.
Yeah, you see them. It's like I don't know what the brand is. You see them in Tesco. You know what I mean? They come in like packs of 4. Slim Fast. That's the one. And they have them. They're like, oh, but drink this and you lose 4 stone. Like, no, you won't.
No.
You might lose on the scale, but you will not lose 4 stone of fat. I think the source of fake natties comes from people's, like, not naivety, but their lack of education and the limits of physical fitness.
Well, for the financial, if we look at the financial thing again, people wouldn't do it for money if they thought people wouldn't believe them.
Yeah.
If they thought people wouldn't believe that. They, honestly, this is why they're so pathetic, fake natties. This is why you, as the person watching this, who's on steroids but lying about it, as a fucking coward, because there are people, because you know that as long as there are vulnerable young people out there, or middle-aged people out there, that don't know what they're doing, you can take advantage of them. And on one aspect, you could say, yeah, but it's money. Yeah, but really, do we want the fitness community to be as exploitive and as toxic as it is? No.
Well, it's sort of fraud in a way.
It is completely fraudulent, and it's illegal, and you can't do that and say that this is the key, and you will look like this by doing that. Although I don't know what the laws are around it. Maybe it isn't really.
It's just unethical, I believe.
It's completely unethical.
Yeah.
You should never, ever do that. And it just pisses me off. Because I honestly love the gym so much, and it is literally, for some people, kept them alive. I wouldn't say it's gone that far for me, but it certainly kept me afloat.
Oh, mentally, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. And it just annoys me so much that the privileged, ungrateful, inconsiderate people are just thinking about money. And I know, sometimes
I understand the need for financial incentive.
I'm not exactly somebody who's like, oh, let's all have a fair share. No, you work for your money.
Yeah, 100%.
The poor will
100%.
have to stay poor because they don't have the mindset. It's just the way things are, right? I love a capitalist society. I can't say stuff like that. We work for the government. We can't say stuff like that. We'll get sacked.
I'm not saying anything, bro. You're saying it.
She was a Tory, and we work for the Tories. Do you know what? We're basically we're Tory servants. That's literally what we are.
Be the servant until you become the master.
Anyway, we won't put that in because why? Just because I don't want to. I can't remember what I was saying. What was I saying?
You're saying about it annoys you that everyone has to work hard.
It really annoys me because I want the gym to be a community where people just enjoy it. And do it for their own personal reason, your own personal mission, instead of it being a money-making mission by the people who are already in shape, who hide the real secrets to getting in shape.
Just a crap one, other people.
Just to make a quick buck.
Yeah.
Affecting people's health, affecting people's mental and physical health. Pushing a lot of people to suicide because so many men and women kill themselves because of their physical appearance.
Oh, 100%. They
especially when somebody's saying, this is all you have to do, it's easy. And then they're like, and when they realise it's not, they're like, well, I can't even do that. And that's supposed to be easy.
Yeah.
It's not right. So you're telling people that it's easier than it is. And there are people, and Clwb Gibson's like this, he puts it as it is. He just tells people...
That's what I like.
He just cuts to the chase, man, and he just says, look, you're not going to get there by doing this crap.
No.
You've just got to bring it back to the basics and think of the fundamentals. And I love that he says stuff like that. Jack Thorburns the same. He's very open about his psychology through everything and exactly what it takes. He shows the time of him doing stuff. He shows that he's up early doing his cardio. That's what it takes.
Grind.
Dedication.
Yeah.
And I'm still to really get into the depths of the hard work on this. We're still building up a discipline. Although... Can you build up discipline? I don't know. That's a completely different thing.
I say you can sort of acquire it through action and just snowball effect it. Because one discipline decision leads you to another, vice versa, and then just goes.
Advice for somebody who might be susceptible to.
Well, I would say question everything. I think if you are, it's like anything in life. If you are learning something new or getting into a new industry, question everything. Question why you should do something. Question how. Literally question everything, because I think that is the way you can learn. You don't learn by just going, yep. It's like, if you're teaching me something, I'm not just going to go, yep, and just retain that information. I'm going to, if you don't ask questions, it means you don't understand things. Because if you learn through questioning, well, at least I do. I don't know about other people. But with the gym now, it's like Alex said, the gym is a lot of things to a lot of different people. For me, it's sometimes a mental health sanctuary. Not a sanctuary, but it's like not a retreat. But it's somewhere I can be where I just...
is appropriate.
Yeah, it's somewhere I can be just to grind on my own, just to work hard, sweat. You know, that feeling of just like sweating and training. It's great.
Every morning when I get out of bed and walk to the bathroom, fucking dripping.
But yeah, no, the gym, you could just go in the gym, smash it hard. And it just pisses me off that I see these people who are like, oh yeah, just do this, just do 3 sets of 12, buy my protein powder, use my code.
But the thing
it does my head in, man.
The thing that kind of annoys me as well is that everyone has a responsibility. So if you're listening to this now and you don't know really what it's going to take, or you're brand new to the gym, don't buy anything.
Spoiler, hard work.
Don't worry about that. Don't buy anything.
Yeah.
Just eat food and go to the gym and build up a consistent routine. Ask other people in the gym what they're doing, but don't buy anyone's product, especially if there's a discount code.
Oh, 100%. Don't buy BCAs.
If you're starting out.
Yeah.
Now, I will look for discount codes because I know what I need. I know what I don't need. I know what I can't be asked to be taking all the time. Like this pre-workout, that pump product, this beetroot extract, or stuff, all that shit.
Just eat good.
I just eat food. I eat protein. Matthew's forced me to buy cream of rice, so I'm now on the cream of rice game. But I am cutting, and I think all those white potatoes aren't doing me any good. I really don't think.
Yeah.
But, I just don't bother about it. I think be traditional. Don't be this person who
relies on supplements all the time.
There's no get rich or get fit quick scheme. It just doesn't exist.
Not six-pack shortcuts. Do they exist?
Six-pack shortcuts.
That's your origin story, all that is.
Yeah, I started watching Mike.
That's another thing as well.
That was nearly 10 years
You
ago.
like those the videos that are like that. They're telling you the shortcuts in fitness, because I used to watch them all the time.
Yeah,
I remember
was actually
before
sued. Mike Chang was actually sued because he was selling
programs.
No, he was selling supplements that was supposed to give you a six-pack.
How? What are they going to do? Make you burn fat like that? It's like fat burners. Like, people buy fat burners. Like, obviously there are things like yohimbine that bodybuilders use, like Jack Thorburn, Reese. You know, they do use it because it is a tool that they can use. But you have to be really lean to take yohimbine. You can't just, like, you couldn't take yohimbine now and just start shredding fat like that. You have to be quite lean to take it anyway. But, like, do you know, people are so misinformed with supplements as well. They think that they can just, if I take a fat burner, I'll burn fat. It's like when I was fighting, like there was this thing that you should go running with plastic bags wrapped around you to sort of elevate your body heat. Now there is some sort of science behind that, but it's not like the solid truth. It's not like the be all and end all.
That just helps you cut water. You're not going to burn
No.
fat that way.
James Smith. James Smith
is
is someone who is very like proactive and sort of disproving a lot of gym myths. I don't know if anyone's seen his TikToks or any of his social media posts,
James
but
Smith is a positive force in a
yes,
toxic environment.
and I love it. Like, all of his stuff is great. He literally roasts like people who are like saying, do these sort of shakes or do this certain product, and he's just like, no, calorie deficit, work it out, stick to it.
Calories in, calories out. That's literally like as much as you need to know. Calories in, calories out.
And do you know this whole thing? No carbs after 6. Like, do you know stuff like that? Like, oh, no carbs after this certain time. Oh, no eating chocolate before bed. Like, obviously there is some science with that.
Though, the problem that I find is that there's so many different ways to do something, and by the way, there's so many layers. So people like the fact that they think, oh, if I just cut carbs out after 8, it'll boost my fat burning. Yes, but that's for a competitive bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to fine tune. These are 0.1% changes.
They're micro,
Whereas you don't even go to the gym and you're trying to.
Yeah.
This is like fat car run, right? And she's like, oh, if I just don't eat carbs after 6, that's all I need to do.
Yeah.
You are people who actually think stuff like that.
Do you know when I was really fat and I couldn't like?
Also, last week.
When I did my last refeed. No, but when I was extremely fat when I was a child, like, see, I like looking at my stomach now.
I know, to the point of fat, he actually doesn't look that chunky anymore.
No, it's just an oversized tea, innit? But no, when I was fat, I was so misinformed about exercise. I literally Googled how to burn 100 calories. And like some of the results were run up and down the stairs 37 times. I was like, okay, weird. Another one.
Yeah, it's just cardio.
But another one was sing your favorite song 50 times over in the shower. I was like, that's a bit weird, but there's just so much
50 times.
Yeah, so sing your favorite song.
So hang on, if that's a 2-minute song or a 3-minute song, it's 150 minutes. That's 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
In a shower.
Yeah. Or no, in the shower, but in general. But my point being, there's so much misinformation out there, and just ridiculous amount of information. And there's
what it is people put out easy things like buy this program.
Yeah.
It's a quick fix. All you have to do is follow the steps here, and you'll get it done. Oh, God,
it annoys me.
It doesn't even annoy me because.
Well, it does.
What annoys me is the fact that people think it's okay to lie about it to make themselves feel good. Like, honestly, get a grip. Grow up. You can take steroids, whatever. Do what you want. But don't start telling everyone else, I'm not on steroids, look what I've achieved. Like, it's pathetic. You clearly, what's it called? Small man syndrome.
Yeah, small man syndrome.
Like, you just know that you're not a high value individual. You're just not.
Well, you're trying to play a role there.
Nobody really likes you. Nobody really cares about you. No one's that attracted to you. So first you pump yourself full of this, and then you realise it's not that much better. So you lie about it so that people are impressed by your natural physique.
You overplay your achievements.
And it's fine.
Yeah.
Look, you don't have to tell me. I don't care. But I don't pay attention to anyone anyway. And I think more people need to be more like me. Just ignore other people. Just ignore other people.
Or don't get emotionally attached or involved with other people.
Don't buy everyone's products. Just focus on food, eat food, feel good, go to the gym. And then if you have a goal, like if you go into do a bodybuilding competition, stop going on YouTube and TikTok. Just get a bloody coach who knows what he's doing and then follow.
Yeah, that is one thing that I think I'm going to do is get a coach. I've spoken to so many people now. We've spoken to bodybuilders, Ava, Scott, Clwb, and literally like the echoed message throughout them is to have someone to coach you and to be adherent to. And I think that if you have someone who sort of gives you that guidance, you won't sort of go wrong or off path. And
well, unless now my coach Antoine is pumped full of gear, in which case, well, actually no, that wouldn't make a difference anyway. But that's actually irrelevant. Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Thanks for that. But no, if you have someone who can sort of give you this information or sort of give you a textbook, not a textbook, but a virtual textbook on how to get over the basics in gym, then I think you can't go far wrong. I think the most amount of people who get conned are people who are beginners. And I'm going to say con because it is a con. You are scamming people. You know, you're selling something that's not going to benefit someone in the way that you are displaying the product out to be. It's false advertisement, really. If you want to put it into like sort of branding and legal terms, you're mis-selling someone. You're mis-selling someone PPI, and you're also mis-selling someone a product. And it gets on my nerves because I just think of it as, what if that was my mum or my sister who was believing this person? That would sort of annoy me a lot. But I think if you get someone who is a coach who can sort of give you the ideas and give you the knowledge behind these things, like I bet you if you had a coach, they would probably echo the same message to you. Just do the basics, you know. Just get on good food, good training, good nutrition, good recovery. You don't need all these BCAAs, EAs.
You don't need any of it.
No.
You just need food and hard work.
So basically, if any supplement company wants to get involved with us, they're not going to want to know after this. Basically, we've just completely said that.
No,
Obviously, supplements are
I'm
useful.
just saying, if you're susceptible to being scammed,
yeah.
Firstly, it's your own fault. But secondly, if you think that you don't really know what you need to be doing, don't buy people's products.
Yeah.
Because they're just getting money off it. And they're probably not even natural. They're probably pumped full of steroids. And and that's how they've done it. I'm not saying everyone who sells supplements or makes commission of supplements is on steroids, but a lot of them are. And they probably don't be on, and probably not honest about it. But you've got to just do what I do and just ignore them. Just don't buy their products. Unless you're already experienced, you've been training for a few years, and you actually understand what it is they're selling.
Yeah.
Because then it doesn't matter whether they're a fake natty. Because if it's a good product, it's a good product. It doesn't matter. It's like if Mike O'Hearn sells a supplement, it doesn't matter whether I think he's natural. If I know what that supplement does and I know it'll benefit me, I'll buy it anyway.
Yeah, so basically just do your research, really. Yeah.
Don't worry about anyone else. Don't worry about that. And by the way, don't be the guy in the gym, because this is just as bad. Don't be the guy in the gym who's like, oh, he must be on steroids, or he must be on steroids. Just forget it. Assume everyone's natural and focus on yourself. Assume everyone's natural. You know, if you're... It's like people get an ego boost by people thinking that they're on steroids.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So just say, I don't think you're on steroids, because I don't think you look like that you're on steroids. You don't look enhanced. You look like you have a natural physique. That'll drop that ego. And most people do. Even the people who are on steroids look like that. Because they go on steroids way before they should. Because they haven't built the muscle foundation.
Yeah, I want to get on to that, in a minute.
They haven't done it. So they get on it way earlier than they should. And and then they end up looking shit anyway, because they just don't have the mentality for it.
Yeah, the thing is, I've come across this in my time, though. Steroids aren't this, like... They're not this, like trump cards. So say if you have crap nutrition, you have crap training, crap recovery, crap manners, like Al on his phone right now.
I saw him just watching Instagram.
But no, if you have crap nutrition, crap recovery, crap training, steroids aren't just going to negate all of those things and just make you this Mr. Olympia.
You're making it out like you pump yourself for a steroid.
And it's
bang.
bang.
You don't have to do anything.
But I know people who have come openly and said that they are on steroids, which, fair play to them. But their physique, I'm thinking, that is you on steroids. Like, that's a bit, you need to really think about what you're doing. Get a refund.
And I'm like, really? You're taking steroids? And you know what? It's because what they've probably done is they've trained for a bit, not very hard, and gone, I'm not seeing the results that I was
bang,
hoping for.
straight
Probably
in.
Because there are other fake natties out there telling them, all you have to do is this. And then when they take steroids and they're like, I can't do it, I'm not getting... They just can't. They haven't got the mentality.
So
I've got a good mentality, because you won't get to me with your marketing tricks. Like, piss off with your fake natty shit.
Yeah, I'm the
I don't
same.
care.
Yeah.
Don't come to me and try and sell me crap that I don't want to buy.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I don't want your shit. I love supplements, right? I do. I think everything has a place. I love it. I love that there's like this something for blood flow, for your heart. There's obviously stuff that you need to take when you're on steroids to maintain your hormone levels and stuff like that. BCTs obviously as well, which is a different thing. You know, joint support, liver support, kidneys and all that shit.
They are necessary.
They are necessary. They're supplements. It's in the name. But honestly, I just don't. I'm not interested in people saying, "Oh, buy this for 10% off now."
Yeah.
I just ignore it at the moment because it's just not. It's not something I know what I'm going to want. And if somebody's just saying, "Oh, you need this, you need this, you need this, get this," because I'll give you 10% off. All you want is my money.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not against it. I'm really, really not against people selling protein for commission because you get money from it or whatever.
Just don't credit it solely to your individual progress.
It's like you're just trying to throw it in my face and you need this. This is going to be the key. This is your superfood. And I know they've actually banned that word now because it's just
Have they?
not. Yeah, you can't label any product as a superfood now. Not in the UK because it doesn't exist. There is no such thing.
But they're not.
People are claiming that these things were the magic.
Blueberries being one of them. Blueberries are a superfood. There's loads of other things. Spinach.
But you're not allowed to label anything as well because it's not.
But what is it? What is a superfood?
A superfood. It was supposed to be something that sort of was it was basically like a superfood. It's in the name. It's supposed to be the one thing you need to take to boost everything in life. And there's no such thing.
Yeah.
They've completely negated it now. It's illegal. You can't brand anything as a superfood.
Yes, that's good in a way.
Yeah, but people, this is what annoys me. What doesn't annoy me is somebody saying, "Look, guys, I've got this protein. It's good. I take it all the time. It really works for me."
Do you take it all the time though?
No, but I don't care. But then I can look into it myself. And if you don't look into it and you get scammed, it's your own fault.
Yes.
Say if a Forex guy comes up to you and says, "Hello, you want to join my Forex group?"
No, I mean, I've had about 9
I'm like,
of
"Oh
them.
yeah, happy days."
Bang.
I'm like, "Well, hang on. He's Indian. Don't join his Forex group.
You don't know him.
You don't know him. He's probably in Bangalore right now.
Bangalore!
That's where they all do it. They're all in
Bangalore.
They're all in Bangalore, the scammers.
Bangalore.
I'm joking.
I've never heard that in my life.
Fucking, honestly, that's where it all happens. It all goes down. All the fucking parties.
Been there, have you? Bro, so casually racist. It's unreal.
Yeah, you should see my fucking father. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. Yeah.
But I think a large portion of the whole fake natty scene is due to social media. I think if social media didn't exist, you'd look very far to find a fake natural. Do you know, because they're not it's like an advertisement, isn't it? It's like, look, my body is the product, and this is how you acquire it. You know, buy this acai blend, and you can just eat this 5 times a week, and you can look like me. And it sickens me a bit. It's just like, come on, man. Do you not have anything better to do than try and rip people off?
But look, my mindset is just let them do what they want.
Yeah.
And don't even worry about whether they're on steroids or not. If you're interested in looking like them, you can ask them how you want, how do you do it? And if they give you a, ball like answer, then so be it. It's a shame because you never know who's on steroids or what the real deal is. But look, if you don't know, if you're naive enough not to know whether somebody is scamming you with a product, then you shouldn't really be thinking about taking all these fancy supplements anyway.
No.
That's my view.
Yeah.
I think supplements are not for beginners. You shouldn't be taking anything. Maybe whey protein. But even then, I don't really like taking whey protein. I have a bit of an off feeling about it.
You'd rather get food from natural sources,
but I'm on over 230 grams of protein a day now, and I struggle to get that for food. I'm not afford it.
It is expensive,
I have 4 scoops of protein a day now.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, it's a supplement. It supplements other things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I take a lot of protein as well, but I'm not trying to tell people, "Oh, take this and you'll look like this." Because number one, I'm not a case example. I look like shit. Do you know what I mean? I just don't like the whole push. It's like a lucky man just trying to sell you products all the time.
But it's like me now saying, right, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take steroids so that I can get shredded in a few weeks in proper shape. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make money from these companies and sell their products. I could do that and I could start making money soon.
But it's not the right thing to do.
But then what I'd have to say is, basically, guys, what I've done is I've taken steroids so that I look better, so that I can tell you guys to buy this product so that I get money,
so
that you can look like me. But you probably won't, because I'm not actually telling you the truth.
Yeah, so we had a conversation on Zoom the other night, us two now, and you were saying about the lottery. Do you know the whole like concept of winning the lottery? Couldn't you sort of relate that to the sort of taking steroids and just selling crap? Because you haven't earned the right to sell people anything. You've just taken steroids and just got there.
It's a purely financial thing, isn't it? They want to do it because they want a quick buck, and they want, and they're not. The problem that I have with it is that they're not interested in the collateral damage. So that they've not, when they've signed up to, they're not interested in it because they don't care about the fact that what they're selling to other people is not going to get them the results that you've promised them.
Yeah.
So you're literally lying to them and saying, you might look like me, but they're not going to. So they don't care, but they don't care because all they want is the money. And that is what disappoints me. And I honestly think it's the lowest form of humans. When you're, you know, there's literally no real pride or
there's not all merit in there, is there?
There's nothing in your going to the gym. It's completely nothing. You've literally destroyed any sort of pride anyone should have in you, or any pride or achievement that you deserve from the gym, by going and taking steroids, lying about it for money. It's a business move, but I'm sorry,
it's a shitty business move.
It's not good enough. If that's your idea of making money, you need to find a different profession. You know, business isn't for you.
Thing is, though, it's a ripple effect as well, because not only do people take, you know, like stuff like anabolics and SAMs and sell products, but then they also become coaches as well, and they also try to sell this idea of, if you work with me, you can look like that. And it's so, like, I don't know, it's just disheartening to people, because then they're like, oh, I don't look like this.
If you're actually taking on clients and still lying to them.
Well, it's like if you take anything, if you take SAMs, you take steroids, you know, SAMs are a new drug that, well, the people we spoke to have said they're completely worthless. You should just take the full thing, which I think is a very good thing to say.
Yeah, he just said, look, don't even worry with SAMs, just go straight to the proper stuff.
But you know, people who take SAMs and then they become this sort of god level sort of physique, not god level, but they have a very impressive physique, and then they're like, right, it's time to coach people and get them to look like me. Well, no, they're not going to look like you, because they haven't taken what you've taken in order to get what you want. It's like, yet again, Thorburn, he coaches, but he actually knows his stuff. Like, you know, he's got years in the game, he's got so much experience under his belt, and he's someone who you can look to for a textbook of information. You know, he coaches himself. So, you know, that is a good example of someone who you should listen to.
Of a role model in the bodybuilding and fitness industry. Clwb Gibson is also another one.
AJ Morris as well.
Yeah. There are a lot of really good people, and that's good, because they're going to penetrate through all of the bad people, and they're going to they know with the blink of an eye whether somebody's ripping someone off.
Yeah.
And they look at him like, don't waste your time with him. They can literally see it straight away. So can I. I mean, even though, you know, I'm not at their level, I've seen enough fitness influencers to know straight away whether someone's ripping you off. The one thing I can't tell you is whether somebody is on steroids, and that is why if I'm not going to be able to tell whether somebody's on steroids, why should I spend any of my time even thinking about it? I just think, do you know what? Whatever. Do what you want.
Just don't you're not ripping me off.
You're not ripping me off. Right? Yeah. It's not happening. You know, maybe Matthew's ripped me off by forcing me to buy cream of rice. Maybe he's got a...
Oh, nah, no way.
He's got to deal with the quality. Is it quality strength? Complete strength?
Complete strength. I wish. Complete strength, if you're listening to this. I've just made you money, so thank me later. Well, no, Jack uses cream of rice. A lot of the bodybuilders do. It's a tool.
Thing, see, I see Jack Thorburn taking cream of rice, and I'm thinking...
Taking? Yeah.
Well...
Ingest, yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
Cream of rice, whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry if I didn't use the right word there, Matt.
Yeah.
But, you know, I see someone like Jack Thorburn taking it. If it's you taking it, I'm like, well, I'm sorry, it's not good enough.
Thanks.
Because Jack Thorburn takes it, I'm like, well, this guy, the most beautiful natural legs I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, genetically got nice legs, but if he's taking cream of rice, then it's clearly not a fad product. It's clearly worth taking. And it's not that expensive. That's one of the reasons why I got it. It's sort of £60 bag of powder that lasts you a week.
No, yeah.
I've seen some of them in my time. I can't.
Doesn't even last you a week. It'll last you 3 minutes.
2 minutes, yeah. I was gonna say.
No, but there are some reputable products out there that have been tried and tested. Cyclic dextrin carbohydrates is one of them as well. I know you were looking into getting them.
Yeah, but I didn't really want them. It just sounds some fancy shit that you don't really need.
Yeah.
You
But there
don't
are
need
some
shit like that.
there are some reputable products out there that have been tried and tested by bodybuilders, throughout the years. And I think you should look at bodybuilders for references. I think there are lessons to be learned from bodybuilders. Like even the enhanced bodybuilders, they are still very knowledgeable people.
Don't say it like once you become enhanced.
Exactly, that's what I mean. People have this idea that they taking steroids. It's just the steroids. How many times have you heard this? I could look like him if I was on steroids.
Oh, all of a sudden.
No, you couldn't.
But that's exactly the same people who want other people to be on steroids so that they feel better
About themselves.
And do you know what? You take steroids, and I promise you probably try killing yourself within a week because you realise you have absolutely no idea how hard they work because you realise that, oh shit, actually, taking these steroids doesn't immediately make me massive.
I think
if I took steroids, I'd be quite disappointed because I would expect immediate results.
I think it'd ruin my mental health.
Yeah, because now you can never claim natural.
No, not because of that. By the look. Like, looking better. Like, you look great. And then when you take it, you don't look good. I think that would wreck my head. Do you know what I mean? Like, just looking great 1 minute and then looking not so good when I'm natty. There have been cases of that in the past. And we spoke to people who have said that can happen. And it will happen to you.
That's the thing, see? I mean, this is obviously a criticism on taking steroids. Because, I mean, you would take it, but you can't take it forever because it'll kill you.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not sustainable.
So when you stop taking it, all of a sudden it flattens you out.
Yeah.
You kind of lose it all. I mean, and if you know that's coming, you know that it's all temporary.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if I could live with that.
I don't think I could. I respect people who do take steroids and are very open about it.
I think you're thinking about this wrong. I mean, steroids is literally a tool for competitive bodybuilders.
But it's a very risky tool, and there are some sort of consequences.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's why there's responsibility involved. The bodybuilders, they sign up for that.
Mm.
It's the unintelligent, thick, cowardly influencers that just want to make money. They just want to claim natty when they're taking all this crap that they probably aren't taking properly.
Yeah.
Anyway, just for the benefit of their own bank account.
And
they
the
don't
clout,
care about the collateral damage.
Yeah.
That is what I have a problem with. Not the bodybuilders who are taking it so that they can get as big and as aesthetic as possible for their sport.
Yeah.
It's an honourable sport, and you go for it.
And it takes
know,
a lot,
and they do their bloods, and they know what they're doing, and they take care of themselves, and they know what they've signed up for.
Mm.
That's the main thing. They know what they've signed up for, and some of them are open about it, some of them are not, and it's fine. It's not something you have to be open about. But just don't
rip
claim
people
natty
off
when somebody calls you out on it. And if you're competing in bodybuilding, your people are going to know anyway, because you're not going to be in a natural category if you're enhanced.
Yeah.
They'll test you, probably, I think. I don't know.
I'm not too sure that works. I feel like we do need someone on here to sort of give us clarity on these steroid things. If only there was if only there was someone who was very open about steroids, who's started taking steroids, that we could get on the show. If only. I don't know if anyone knows anyone like that on YouTube or I don't know if anyone knows anyone who's just become a natural and is a very open person on YouTube and Instagram.
You just want to say George Osborne. Stop wasting time and fucking say it, for fuck's sake. George Osborne.
but yeah. Anyway, thank you for listening to this episode, guys. I think we've covered a lot of ground here in terms of fake natties.
We've repeated ourselves about 12 times.
Yeah, but you can tell it's not an emotional issue, but it's a very, very, very big issue, and it's very controversial. There's a lot of split views on this. And
I don't think there are split
But there are
views.
people who are going to be on the side of making money of it, who won't care about other people's thoughts.
The only people who are... Thing is, though, no one, I guarantee you, no one is going to come and tell me to my face now, I disagree with you. Because they are the people who are fake natties. I've just called you a coward and a fraud. And no one's going to say anything because that exposes them.
Yeah.
That shows me that you are one of them. And you are trying to tell people to do all this stuff. And you're the fraud. You're the fraud. Sort it out.
So yeah, in Alex's words, guys, sort it out.
Have a nice night, everyone. I'll see you next
No, that's not you like you. I hope everyone has a terrible evening and a terrible day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, but anyway, guys, yet again, thank you for listening to this episode of the Clwb Iron
Yeah, it's
podcast.
been a bit of a random one, I think, but
I enjoyed it. I always enjoy it. I'm open for a discussion all the time.
yeah.
But
I mean, if you enjoyed this sort of discussion, I feel like it was a little bit random. We could have done with a bit of a structure so that we could have gone back and forth. But I feel like we've just sort of spewed out thoughts, which may be what you want to hear. I feel like we've gone a bit formal with some of the episodes. Like, what is the optimal path to success? Let's lay it
it's
out.
very life.
I like to keep things casual as well.
Yeah.
So if this is an episode that you enjoyed far more than some of the more formal ones, just let us know and we'll stop chatting about stuff we don't understand and we'll start just talking more casually about gym-related stuff.
Oi butt and stuff like that in the intro.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this has been a very fun episode for me, and I like to discuss these sort of controversial topics around the gym because there are a lot of controversy involved with health and fitness as a whole, whether it be the financial side or the social media side. There's a lot of issues that do need speaking on, and I think me and Alex will have a great time sort of speaking on these issues and giving our viewpoints. But like always, guys, I hope you enjoyed listening to this episode of the podcast. Leave us a review or a rate if you want. Or don't if you can't be asked. But anyway, guys, thank you for listening. I hope you have a great day.
Stay natty, some of you.
And just be honest.
Yeah, or don't.
Yeah, anyway, guys, thank you for listening.